Welcome back, folks. It was senior night at the Mini Dome in South Sioux City, and the Cardinals, they honored their seniors with a duel against West Point Beamer. Now, state champ Selena Zamora, she's one of those seniors honored, but the cadets, they look to put a damper on the proceedings. At 105, Kimberly Pena turns her opponent, and she'd pick up a pin to put WPB up 30-19. But here come the Cards. 115, Ariadne Rocha clinches in the headlock, hip tosses her opponent to the mat. That'd be a takedown and a decision victory. Then a thriller at 130. Valeria Gonzalez, she's able to get her opponent turned onto her back right here, but she'd have to settle for back points, and later on, it would be Gonzalez staving off a pin attempt from Julie Perez. She'd win by decision. That sets up the senior Selena Zamora in a match for all the marbles, and the state champ makes quick work, coming up with a pin and clinching a 42-36 dual victory for the Cardinals. Stay at the Dome on the boys' side of things. Same two teams. We'll start at 165. Chris Delgado, wrapped up like a mummy to stop the bleeding on his face, escapes, then pounces on his opponent. Delgado would end up picking up a pin right here, and that's quite the comeback. To 175 we go now. This is Cooper Ferris. He'll find his way to the back, and he'll pick up 2 points. Watch this. He'll just get his leg out from the arms, find the back. That's 2 points. That sets up Tony Palmer looking for win number 100. You know, guys, I'm a bit of a scientist. Let me introduce you to the law of Palmer. What goes up must come down. And tell you what, if you thought Palmer was done there, check this out. A little acrobatic flip with the opponent leads to the pin. Palmer wins his 100th, and South Sioux wins 48-29.